Now, today on Auntie Unfiltered, I actually have a very special guest joining me. Her name is Lady A. She is a blues singer. She ran up into a little issue with the country music group Lady Antebellum, where when they were suddenly woke and decided to change their name, they said they were going to use the name Lady A. And then they found out that there was already a blues performer, a black woman, performing under that name who had been doing so for the last 20 years or more. So what ensued after that is quite the tale, and she is here to tell it in her own words from her own experience. So I'm going to bring her on now, Lady A.
Lady A, tell the people what you told me about how you even first heard about this.
All right, so we're gonna do the abbreviated version. First, I heard about it from Rolling Stone magazine. They called me after I saw it on Facebook. Next, Hillary called, snotting and crying, repentant. Miss Anita, I'm sorry we didn't see you there. My question to her was, okay, so, but help me understand, you want to appear to be woke, you want to be an ally, so you're gonna take Lady Antebellum and you're gonna shorten it to Lady A. That's making you woke. That's kind of like the Ku Klux Klan saying, I'm gonna change, we're not racist anymore, we just gonna be the KKK. Next, I'm just gonna be real. Next, we had these conversations. I could see already that what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to help them appear woke. They wanted me to do the shuck and jive. I'm just gonna be honest. They wanted me to come and do a CD with them or come and do a song with them. That's the old, and I'm thinking about it. Well, we'll try it. I'm gonna try because here's an opportunity for us to come together. Right. If they're being real, but my questions were always in threes. What does coexistence look like when I've already told you I don't want to coexist? When I've already told you that I saw Lady Antebellum all the time and Lady A was under it. That's me. So if we coexist, if you put out a CD, you're gonna wipe me out. Case in point, they put a single out the week before my single went out. They've been going by Lady Antebellum. I have 5 CDs as Lady A. They put their single out, wiped me off. I went to load The Truth Is Loud single. You couldn't find me anywhere. Next, let's make it succinct. Next, they were, contracts kept going back and forth. The first contract said, we'll do our best efforts not to make you disappear. Second contract, we'll do our best efforts not to make you disappear. And both contracts, I was going, what does that mean? Your best efforts? What is best efforts? Nobody ever addressed us. I asked them, I said, well, maybe you can be Lady A the band and I can be Lady A the artist. Crickets in the room from lawyers and from them. We said, well, maybe Red Light Management will take me, Lady A, under your management corporation. You can rebrand me. Now we can still do the kumbaya thing. We can still work together and try to make this thing come together, but I'll be somebody else, but you're rebranding me. You're helping me. That's what an ally does. Crickets in the room, nothing. After that second contract came back and I got my new lawyers, Cooley, LLP, who are trademark attorneys and are doing it pro bono. When we sent it back, I was tired of the back and forth with no substance. So we had already made suggestions. So I said, well, you know what? If I had $5 million for myself, I could rebrand myself. I can help my community and help my church and help others that are in my path. And the other 5 million, you can split as a charity between 3 charities. Black Lives Matter, because Lady Antebellum said it did. Through seniors and youth in my community in Seattle. And the other would be to help musicians and artists across the country. I thought that was fair because actually I'm worth more than $10 million. And I'm sorry if nobody else thinks they're worth $10 million or more, but that's on you. I know what I'm worth.
Okay, so
and that's the short version.
which is a mess. And let's unpack this, right? So these people came out with this big pronouncement about how they're going to change their name because Black Lives Matter. And it was much the same as like what all these other corporations were doing. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, we're going to get rid of this imagery we had all these years that's been racist all these years, but suddenly now it's for real racist. Okay, right. So you say you're going to do this. You find out there's a Black woman using this name already, and you approach her. And I believe, it's my thought, that what they thought is you were just going to be easily rolled over. And
exactly.
And give up your name and they would be able to take over. And the minute they ran up against any type of resistance, what did they do? That is when performative allyship faded into white supremacy. Because then they tried to wield the court system over you. Now, they didn't know, and I want you to go more into detail about this in a second. They didn't know that a major international law firm was going to hear your story and take up your cause because the law firm said that shit is fucked up. Right?
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay? The law firm was like, nah, this is fucked up. We got you, Lady A. We're going to represent you pro bono. They knew that you don't have the money they have. You didn't have the kind of backing that they have with a label and all that kind of stuff that's going to stand behind them. So they thought they were going to railroad you. And guess what, bitches?
And you know what it is, Monique? It is a thing of whenever a Black woman speaks up for herself in this industry, because they're not the first ones to come that I've had to come up against. I've come up against festival producers and people paying me less money than they pay the white girl, but here I come and I'll outshine them every single time. But yet you'll pay her more than you'll pay me. So you're not the first, but you're going to be the last, because the bottom line is I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like you were really, really trying to be woke, because if you were, allyship means you got to give up something. Mm-hmm. Allyship that means that you put power behind your words. Mm-hmm. You put action behind your words. You actually show up and do something, which you're the ones who said, and can I read this right quick? Our hearts have been stirred with conviction, our eyes opened wide to injustices, inequality, and biases Black women and men have always faced and continue to face every day. Now, blind spots we didn't know existed have been revealed. They said that. Lady Antebellum said that. I didn't say that. So for all y'all out there that keeps talking about, I keep bringing race into it. I didn't bring race into it. They did. They tried to be woke and they still sleep. Bottom line.
Bottom line. So y'all heard my good sis. Now and then they kept trying to get you to do a photo op with them. Isn't that something else that happened? Like they kept trying to
Zoom call with them. They were really, that same day we talked to the lawyers, they wanted to reach out. And so I said, okay, I have a team, my Seattle producer, John Oliver, you met, and then my Mississippi producer, Dexter Allen. And we got, we got on the Zoom call with them. But again, Monique, I asked the question, what does coexistence look like? What does coexistence really look like? What does that mean? Hey, for you people in the back, what does coexistence look like? 3 times. I do everything in threes because I want to make sure you heard me. But evidently, like I said, my song says, the truth is loud.
Right. And this nonsense is quiet as hell. So the bottom line is Lady A is here. She's loud, she's proud, and she is not going anywhere. You hear that, Lady Anti-BLM? Do y'all hear that? Because that's really what it is. And the moral of the story is, folks, especially white people who are listening, don't just talk about it, be about that shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just want to once again thank Lady A for coming and joining me today. And as always, nieces and nephews, I want to hear from you. I've gotten your emails, your messages, your DMs. You guys are messaging me everywhere, and it's amazing. I have so many emails that we still want to get to because some of y'all have brought up some really good topics. So If you have a question, a comment, a concern, if you have an idea of a topic that Auntie should discuss, or even if you just need some advice, please email me at auntiesubmissions@theroot.com, and I'll see y'all next week.